we're on time for our next speaker. So Kacie Jenkins, SVP of Marketing at Sendoso. Kacie, if you're around, please join me.
Hello.
Well, hello there.
Hello, thanks for having me.
My pleasure. How is life?
Life is great.
And people are still gifting things?
People are still gifting. It is Valentine's Day. There's a lot of love-based gifting happening, spreading love around the world. I'm into it.
So business gifting is also peaking during Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day is definitely a driver for gratitude-based, thoughtful, personalized gifting. We find lots of cookies and cupcakes and cute notes are sent. Great time to tell coworkers.
What other dates are used by business people to send stuff?
There's an employee appreciation day that a lot of companies celebrate. There's a lot of gifting that happens around Thanksgiving that's more charitable that we see. And then obviously over the sort of classic Christmas type holidays, there's a lot of gifting that happens as well.
Wow. Yeah. I personally feel whenever brands, like send me emails like, oh, happy Thanksgiving. I'm like, usually I'm rolling my eyes like, oh, I feel so moved, anonymous company. But if they would send me stuff, maybe it would be different.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole idea behind why I joined Sendoso is that I was a customer. I realized that targeting technical leaders, CTOs of large companies that were powering the internet, they did not want to hear from me at all, ever.
Yeah.
And so the only way to reach them on a personal level was to find out more about what they valued and cared about and send them something that resonated without asking for anything in return. Powerful.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks for being here. I'm looking forward to your 3 things.
All right. 3 things. We are all about personalized, thoughtful interaction at Sendoso. And so we are really doubling down in some areas of marketing that are focused there. First thing we're focused on is more personalized, intimate events. So we are moving away from sort of gauntlet of booths type event activation to more intimate hosted events with groups of people that can learn from one another in regions where we have customers and prospects concentrated, and also sidecar thoughtful field marketing activations tied to some of the larger conferences where we can provide additional value to folks who are attending without chasing them around, trying to scan them with a scanner. Excuse me. All the things we do at Sendoso on the marketing side are really our ultimate goal is to drive really high quality pipeline, which we classify as anyone who's a true hand raiser who wants to talk to us. And so we don't really do the classic, what I would consider a bit more old school sort of like lead generation or track MQLs as pipeline. We view MQLs as the bucket where we see people who are interested and maybe at a different stage in the buying cycle and need education or help, or we should provide value. So we look at events from a standpoint of, did they raise awareness? Do we see more people talking about it and engaging with us? And then also from did we get meetings actually booked following the event? And did those move through the funnel and end up closed won? Second thing we're focused on is interesting probably for this group because I said personalized so much. We are actually seeing a lot of success with programmatic, highly personalized outbound. So we have an SDR, Adrian, who is functioning as one SDR with the power of many SDRs, and he's using Sendoso and a tool called Clay and some other AI enhanced tools to do really highly personalized outreach that includes a restaurant near you that has a high Yelp rating or something that you might like because you have a dog. And we can do this at pretty incredible scale And we're also getting love notes back from people, which I have never seen before with outbound. This was an experiment. We're booking so many meetings that are high quality that we're actually continuing to scale it. So that's something I'm excited about. We measure that on meetings booked, and then did that pipeline convert and did sales feel like it was quality. And then third thing that we're focused on is actually in the land of sort of gray area, hard to measure, but I'm very keen on it. We're focused on LinkedIn as an inbound channel for us. So we've invested pretty heavily in organic LinkedIn engagement, getting our teams activated here. We're also layering a little bit of paid on top to retarget and engage with folks who are maybe not seeing us because they haven't followed us yet, but would benefit or find value from some of our content. That is an interesting one to measure, as lots of marketers know. I'm actually in the process of bringing on Hockey Stack to help us with attribution. We've got self-reported attribution fields that we track, and we've got other ways of measuring this, but it's hard for us to see dark social, word of mouth, multi-touch attribution right now. And so I'm looking at, where did folks come from when they submit a demo request? And also, are we seeing engagement go up? Are we seeing more traffic to our website? Are we seeing more direct web traffic? And I'm hoping Hockey Stack can help me with the direct web bucket that can be a little bit gray for some marketing teams to parse out. How'd I do,
Pep, you did great. I have follow-up questions. Question number one, so more personal events and stuff. So how does that scale enough to have impact? Like if you want to add millions in revenue, like how does the math work there?
So the way that we are doing this is we're partnering with a bunch of friends. We have a lot of folks in the space, other tools that fit with our stack if you're a marketer, and we're partnering to really amplify the reach of what we're doing, but also to make it easier. So, one of us takes the load, and then we try and replicate the same thing multiple times. So it's not a different event every time. It's something we can kind of set and repeat. And then we're also partnering with communities. So we're actually about to launch a series of CMO breakfasts with CMO Coffee Talk, which I am a member of. And that's a partnership where they're really helping support the logistics so we can scale it across multiple cities where we have CMOs that might want to engage on a more personal basis. And it's something that I can do at the same time as I'm activating a whole bunch of other larger field events.
So is that like a product that CMO Coffee Talk sells that, hey, give us money and we'll help you organize things?
They don't really sell products. I became friends with a bunch of people in that space, and a lot of the regional channels are all people trying to find each other and meet in person. And this is something that Sixth Sense had done originally, was try and bring people together physically. And I think COVID interrupted that a bit. So all we're doing is noticing people really do want to hang out in person, in a space that's not salesy, where they're not getting pitched, where people can talk about what they need and how they can help and figure out how they might help each other. And we are facilitating that. I saw an opening to help.
Yeah, absolutely. When I surveyed CMOs about how they're buying software, then the CMO Coffee Talk Slack was a prominent one where to seek opinions on a vendor. Like, hey, anybody using blah, blah, blah.
Helpful. I cannot say enough about how helpful it is to have peers who are willing to answer questions, be open and vulnerable. Sendoso just went through the acquisition of Alice, and I was in there asking people about their M&A experience, like semi-crying because I didn't know how to, get on my whole checklist ready, and people jumped in to help. And so I think we all need more of that.
Absolutely. Another question. So you mentioned LinkedIn as an inbound channel. So is that personal profiles, people working at Sendoso, or the company page?
It is both. As many of us are seeing, we're seeing that people want to engage with people more than they want to engage with like a corporation or brand. So we do use our Sendoso LinkedIn page to share content and to sort of amplify efforts. But where we're seeing the real traction is with our team posting and engaging and commenting and actually connecting with people in a way that's real and authentic. And we're seeing, we're getting more and more DMs of people actually saying, oh, I was just thinking about this, or I was exploring a gifting tool, or I liked the thing that you said yesterday. Do you want to chat? Which is great. And then we're also seeing in self-reported attribution, people saying, saw you on LinkedIn, heard about you on LinkedIn, heard about you through word of mouth has skyrocketed. So
how are you guys scaling or solving the scale problem that many companies have with LinkedIn, which is, you know, everybody's on board. Yes, let's start posting. And then it's like, oh shit, I have nothing to say.
Yeah, I am going to be really candid about this. It is super hard. I do not like talking about myself. Most of our leadership team doesn't either. We're trying something where we sit down on a weekly cadence and just talk, and we record it. And so then we can transcribe those recordings and sort of carve them into little pieces. It's been difficult to sustain, to be totally honest, but I think we all just have made more time for it and dedicated to it, and just showing the data of like, this is working is helping to make more space and prioritize it for all of us. Cause it does feel like sort of an extra thing that you shouldn't be focusing on when you have all your other work. But it is very important.
No, absolutely. I feel like, you know, and we struggle with this as well, where, you know, the team is on board with the idea. Yeah, let's post, but, you know, to do this on a daily basis, you know.
Y'all are great at it. You were actually your team inspired us quite a bit.
Oh, right on. Thank you. It's still a struggle, I'm wondering like about these, like, you know, TV late night hosts, you know, your Jimmy Kimmels and such, like they're not preparing their own content. They have an back office writers, right? Like who are like writing jokes, and 90% go to the, you know, the bin.
No, you know what I've learned though? This is going to probably sound cheesy, but I'm a huge perfectionist. I was editing all of my stuff after I put it out. I was obsessing over it. And then I realized that the stuff I resonate most with and comment on and share it that makes me, you know, like I've wanted to meet you for a long time just because the content you write, it's not because it's perfect. It's because it's not perfect. You know, it's because it's from a human. And I can resonate with a lot of it, and you share failures and you share interesting stuff, and it's not all polished and perfect. And so I don't know, take the inspiration, everyone. Go just write things in your notes app or write it just in the spur of the moment and just push it out there.
Totally. I mean, the way I do it is like, I have it on my calendar. It's like first thing I do, I post. But do I know what I'm posting? No, I'm like, doo-doo-doo. You know, what the inspiration strikes me. So hence it feels, you know, authentic.
I love that that's the way you do it. I have been so curious.
Yeah, I try to be disciplined with the frequency, or the, you know, to be, you know, regular. But yeah, like I'm not great at planning ahead. Yeah. Cool. We're out of time, Kacie. Very nice to meet you. I'll definitely check out what you guys are doing on with your team on LinkedIn. Everybody else, also give Kacie a follow. Check out Sendoso team on LinkedIn, and we'll see you later.
Thank you. Let us know if you have any feedback or what we could do better.
Right on.
All right. Bye.